In this video, I will teach you how to write an effective areas served page. This type of formula will help your page rank for the keyword in the city that you want to show up in. There are 4 areas to the sections that you need to write for your pages. Information around the main keyword, content that specifically mentions the city and surrounding local markers, meaning county, towns that are nearby, anything else that has to do with that area. Commonly asked FAQ style questions associated with the main keyword, and a call to action linking to the client's contact page. Here's a quick look at how you would outline your area served page before you write it. The easiest way to write content quickly and efficiently is to outline it in advance. You can start by writing the opening paragraph with the formula that includes the client's name, keyword of the page, and city you are targeting. You can also use information from their website to mention anything specific about the company. For example, if they are a family-owned business and that's important to them, you can put that here. If they've been in business for a certain number of years, you can also put that here. If they have licensing, specialty, whatever it is, make it unique here in that opening paragraph. Your first section for the header is going to describe the client service that you're writing about. And then you will write one paragraph that summarizes information from the page on the client's site that talks about that service. It's important to use the client's site for that information. This way, it's already approved content and you're not writing additional things that isn't relevant to them. Create a bullet list of benefits of that service or other pertinent information around that service. This is good because it will allow you to create a list that can be linked to other information on the site if necessary, but also it can fill out this section, especially if the client doesn't have a lot of great content surrounding the keyword you're writing about. And then write one sentence after your bullet point as a soft call to action. The second section will be the city area. You'll use the city and state that you're trying to target in this header. Then you'll write one paragraph at least that references the city, the state. You can use just Google to search what county it's in, what other cities are nearby. If you're looking for more information, you want to fill this out, you can mention 2 to 3 other cities that the client serves as well. You likely were provided a list of cities that are important to that client. Also, you should use the word surrounding areas so that you can link to your area served page. Then you're going to write a section that talks about commonly asked questions around that keyword. It's okay to say commonly asked questions about fill in the blank service. It's important that you write sentences in between your headers. So I recommend writing at least 2 sentences that introduce the FAQ section, 3 at the most. You are going to go to Google search to find questions that relate to the main keywords. Write information that you see from Google here. Anything that comes up in the snippet preview, for example, I could say I'm going to Google, I'll just put it up here. I could Google dentists near me. I'm mentioning dentist because that's the page that I'm about to review. When you scroll down in Google, there are things that people ask. How do you know a good dentist? How much is it to take teeth out in a dentist? What? Some of these questions make no sense. And then when you go down, it will actually give you more questions and a little bit of information. It's important that you look at the questions that show up in this section around your related term because these are other things that people are asking and can help your page rank. However, it's really important that you choose questions that you can answer honestly for that client. Some of the information can be generic, but if it is a question about pricing and you want to include that for the terms, make sure that you just mention that they need to contact that client's business to get a quote or the price. If you are writing multiple pages for that main keyword, we recommend that you choose 2 or 3 different questions for every page. One of the reasons that we do this is not just to get those pages in the featured snippets, but it also helps you to get different content on the pages. City pages can often be very similar to other content on the site, especially if you're writing 8 to 10 for 8 to 10 cities, or even more. Maybe you have 20 or 30. This allows you to introduce unique content so that you have less similar content on your site. The last section is a call to action. If you have the ability, you can use the main keyword if possible. We recommend that headers never go to 2 lines. Headers should always be 1 line, and they should also be descriptive. One-word headers are not as helpful for SEO as longer headers. Now, here's an example of an area served page using the formula that we just discussed. You can review how we used all of the different elements in here. As you can see, we mentioned the name of the office or business that we're working for, the city, and this is the main page for the main search term for this. We also mentioned a few things from our client's website here. So we went to their overdentures page. This is approved content by the client, so it's easy for us to rephrase the information and pull information from this page to write what is needed for the service area. This is the main keyword we want to target, overdentures. We rewrote information from this page and then we linked over to it so that they could, so that we get a link back to the page. That's great for internal linking. And they can also get more information on this page. It's actually a lot of information was written here. This is the city area section. It's important when you're writing a city section that you know whether or not the company is located in the area. And if they're not, don't write it in such a way that makes it sound like the company is located there. If it's a local business where someone visits, you can say, we are located near this. We serve clients that live in this area, whatever that looks like. But just make sure that you're not writing that a business is located in one of the cities that they're not. Here's a look at the commonly asked questions section. And, obviously just get little snippet information. You don't need it to be super long. 3 sentences is about all you need to get a featured snippet. If you are going to have additional information about that question, you would want to drop it down into a second paragraph. Generally speaking, we don't want paragraphs to be greater than 3 or 4 sentences, and each sentence should be between a line to a line and a half long at most. Here's the final section. We want them to schedule the appointment today. If we wanted to, we could say schedule your an appointment for an overdenture today. I only recommend this if you have had a hard time using your keywords in the header. However, we have used it multiple times, so I probably wouldn't put it here. However, you do want whatever this bullet is to be what that client wants you to do, whether it's call the office, contact them through their form, you're scheduling appointments, booking consultations, getting a free quote. Just look at your client's site and figure out what it is that they want them to do, and then be very clear with the person with what you say here. Schedule today, book now, call us. This is important because when you look at what keywords are usually on pages like this, that type of language is used. Get a quote, schedule, contact, book, that kind of thing. And we want to put that in the header. And this concludes how you write an area served page that will show up, have a greater ability to show up in search results for your clients.